Our next shortlisted author is ML Rose, author of My Brother's Keeper, which is the first in a new crime series. So please join me in welcoming Mick to the stage. Well, to the Zoom stage, as it were.
Hello, can you see me? Yes, so I think I think you just about see me.
Amazing shirt as well. How are you?
I'm not too bad, thank you very much. Yeah, the shirt is actually from Florence. So this is obviously what Italians like to wear, and basically, as they say, when in Rome. But I wasn't in Rome; I was in Florence. But basically, when in Florence, this is what you do. So hence, yeah.
Lovely. Well, tell us a little bit about yourself and about your book, please.
Well, obviously I'm Mick. I'm from Southwest London, and basically I've been a writer all my life. And My Brother's Keeper, which has been shortlisted, is it's about a detective inspector who's looking for a missing child, but he and his name is Rohan Roy. That's the detective inspector, and his life is very tormented because his own brother disappeared when he was a teenager. He's never stopped blaming himself for that. It drives his entire life, basically his personality. He's still looking for his brother. He refuses to believe that his brother is dead. And when this boy goes missing up in Sheffield, he goes there and he starts to work there. And I used to live, in Yorkshire, in Doncaster. So so I know the area very well, and I really wanted to write about it. And so it's the book about how he finds this missing boy, but in the process, he finds out the secret of what happened to his missing brother as well.
And what came to you first? Did the idea of Rohan Roy come to you first, or was the sort of plot something that came to you? Or as you said, you wanted to write about Yorkshire. Was it the setting that kind of led to everything else?
Yes, I think it was a combination of things. I think the character, is like Rohan Roy, this person who bears this guilt, so to speak, that his brother disappeared when he was playing with him, basically in the woods. So he's never stopped, blaming himself. I really wanted to write about a character like that, and about how he resolves, the regrets of his life. And I also wanted to write, basically about Yorkshire because, I almost went to Sheffield University. I know the city well. I had lots of friends who lived there, and and it's a beautiful place because it's so close to the Peak District. So it's like yes, I wanted to write, basically about people from Yorkshire. So it was, fortuitous coincidence, you could call it.
What is it about crime as a genre that you enjoy as both a writer and a reader slash viewer slash listener?
Well, I mean, it's a broad question, isn't it? I think, that like, in every genre, different aspects of that genre appeals to different people. But I think what's universal in crime is that we expose the dark side, basically of humanity. Okay. And it's endlessly fascinating because we all have, a side to our personality that we sometimes, say things or do things or think things that we're not quite sure obviously if we should have or not. But in the case of someone who is obviously a psychopath or a psychotic killer, they have no feelings, they have no remorse. They essentially, they are killing people, if you like, to justify their control over nature. That sounds really dark, doesn't it? So we're
Okay,
just
it's okay.
talking
We
about
can get
love,
dark.
it's the romantic books. Now we're talking about psychotic killers with no feelings. But but that's what crime is. Basically it's escapism as well. And the universe in which, basically it happens, the characters, the friends, the colleagues who become like, basically families, so that, basically is very, very important as well.
And are there a couple of authors that you sort of love within the crime genre or look up to or hope to emulate their careers in any way?
Well, I've always loved reading Agatha Christie and Sherlock Holmes, obviously all the perennial favorites. You know, it's like kind of grew up, you know, basically on a staple diet of them. You know, as a book addict as a child. You know, so it's something that, you know, it kind of came to me. I've always, you know, basically loved, you know, creating suspense and drama. And there's a lot of that in crime, obviously. You know, basically, I think that my books feature that heavily. You know, that without creating, you know, basically suspense and dangerous situations, you know, you know, a crime novel doesn't really fulfill its potential. So yeah, you know, it's something that I've always wanted to write about.
Wow. Now, now here we are. Congratulations again, and
Yeah,
thank you so much for being with us.
thank you very much indeed.